good love, and good light illuminators. And thank you for being here once again with me, Wendy, as we all share and explore and enlighten and unlock ourselves with the languages of lights. And I thank you for opening your hearts today to this message on this beautiful full moon lunar eclipse in Aquarius. And today's energy is 777. I just finished doing a video that went completely in a different direction. Apparently my spirit guides had a little bit more to say, and so I let them have the floor. And so I wanted to share this multidimensional message with you once again from our beautiful emissaries of the Light Collective. Representing earth, air, fire, water, our celestial families, all realms, the elements, the elementals, the source, the L, the E, the Elohim. I had an amazing epiphany about that this week as well, as we open this wonderful gate. So, epiphany is this, the letter E is epsilon in Greek. And it just occurred to me the other day, as I had done a few videos about the letter E and the relationship to number 3 and the 3 prongs on the E and the number 3 and the 3 triangle and the pyramid and so forth. So I'm feeling this energy right now. Didn't know they were going to go here either. So Epsilon Epiphany and Eclipse. I've been discovering deeply and deeply more daily, actually, my connections to the Shikani Oversoul Collective, Epiphany, Eclipse, and Epsilon. And Epsilon being the letter E, and the E, the Elohim, the L, the Eliahai, the Eliahai, the Eliahai, the Elii. I had another orb come to me the other day, which is the Elii, and I've got photographs of it. I was so excited. I discovered it yesterday, so I can't wait to post the videos. It's been a long time since I've seen them, and there's a lot of synchronicities that have to do with their emergence in these photos this week, and the Lion's Gate, and this day of 777 energy, and equaling 21 and reducing to 3, and the 888 tomorrow, the Lion's Gate energy of 888. So we've got a lot of angel energy. We've got my Sagittarian angels are here. And every corner of the ET universe is represented here. So we've got some amazing heart energy. Whoops, well, I dropped my, wow, my aragonite heart. I'm just bursting with energy today. So today's multidimensional message comes from the Galactic Center, our sacred sun, our central sun. Saturn is still in the sign of Sagittarius, which resides at the Galactic Center. And right now, we are aligning tomorrow with the Lion's Gate, with the 888 portal, and the Galactic Center, and the Sun, and Giza, and the Earth, and Sirius. So we have this amazing energy right now. And so today I was given these sacred glyphs and symbols as a message of unlocking your sacred sun. Mishonoyala endole samoko adashna sokoya bakiso notiris no sepikana ke ala takiasha notiki waniki wasatosopo unkiashanete siniki langia sanoto shabigiana te asanote shawa iasanase. We are to remember our sovereignty and our divinity and our higher heart opening. And that's what this portal opening is about. It's about walking into our spirituality, our unlocking our sacred sun within us. We are being asked to feel the sacred sun within us and erase hatred and anger and judgment, for they are nothing more than a reflection of how we feel about ourselves and the needing for self-love and self-nourishing and self-knowledge, and finding that heart energy, that heart that we already know is within us, like the lion in Oz. The lion energy, he already knew he had a heart. He just forgot. So we are the lion, we are the lioness. We are that quiet strength. We are the balance of feminine and masculine energy. In these eclipses, we're reminded of that. In the full moon, the new moon, the times of completion and rebirth, we're reminded of that. And my angels of Sagittarius wanted to remind us that Agnakiel represents opening the doors to the lights of our soul. So we're asked now and in every now to invite Agnakiel into our place of philosophy and travel and knowing and learning, this place in Sagittarius, these traits of Sagittarius that take us beyond the boundaries of our own limitations, of our own believed limitations, our perceived limitations, as we ask these angels to open this within us. And Adnakiel is the angel of independence and humility, of understanding that there's humility and independence in humility. When we are humble, we appreciate ourselves in everything, and we are in gratitude for all things at all times. And yet in this appreciation and gratitude, we feel our own humility, we feel our own power, in our own sovereignty. We accept our own humility because we realize the strength of the lion and the lioness, and when to use that power and strength, and to know that we don't need to, in the way that we thought, and our power and strength lies in us within a stillness and a quietness. And yet we need to roar and be ourselves when we need to, and show our presence. Let the world know we're here. That's what this time is about. And in remembering of a time when I received the message of self-love, and it was a new moon, and as we take this full moon energy and once again approach a new moon and new beginnings, what messages do we need to hear from our guides, our angels, the ascended masters, the nature and native spirits, our ancestors, the earth magic spirits, the ascended masters, the gateway. We're opening up a gateway, and knowing who you are, and that you contain the sacred sun and the rising moon. This is the time of that knowing. You are the sacred center of the light of all things, and you are the gods and the ancestors and the stones upon which they prayed. For you have always known you are both the stone and the creator of the stone and the earth that it stands upon. On the highest mountain, you stand in honor of the Creator and of the created. And you stand in honor of yourself. For the Creator and the created are the same. There is no separation. There's only one source of your energy, and that is you. As you exist, you are already created from the same source as all that has ever been created and ever will be created. We are all the same in our differences. Even those you consider higher dimensional are of the same one source. This is the ultimate understanding of your interconnectedness to the all. You are the ultimate design. And I heard that again this morning, that you are the divine design. All of us are part of the divine design, the one flower of life, the tree of life. And I just was looking at the back of this Earth Magic card, the tree of life. All the bounty, all the abundance, everything we ever need is right here within our reach. You are an infinite flower of love, of life, the ever-expanding and ever-blooming flower of light. The everlasting crystal of awareness, the everlasting, infinite being of creation. And this is what our angels are here to remind us from this galactic center, this galactic sun, angels of Sagittarius. So I thank you all for opening your hearts to these messages. Saniti lasi shanotorese inotorishine buku shachokoya baloni etosososhriwaka. Tialesano sopalia apokoya sania wala konya kuakase. Hamiawala indiara sonori sepalendar storeshi lahila kolinge sanatera sanikaleandorso. So walk with me now as the angels and the guides, our native spirits and our ancestors and our angel guides, our individual and collective guardian angels. What messages did they bring to us today as I was speaking languages and clearing and shuffling the cards? And the Earth Magic cards by Stephen D. Farmer. We pulled the ocean, ebb and flow, and how perfect that is on this full moon lunar eclipse, the moon that governs the waters, the tides. And I'm reminded here as I live on the bay here that even here they raise and lower the water, and in the wintertime we can walk all along the shore. In the summertime it's covered in feet of water. The ebb and flow of life and time and planets and awarenesses and ways of being. And the way that we have these ways of being, the time has just simply entered for us to be the way that we have been and become that fifth dimensional earth and being that those of us who vibrate here long to be and have always known is possible. And we're here today to bring the light. Here we have the earth, the air, the fire, the water, the ebb and the flow and the sand and the light, and the dark and the light and the balance of the ocean. The ebb and flow of life is never more clearly represented than in the ocean's movements. The tides of these great bodies of water rise and fall in regular rhythms, and the waves continue to roll to the shores in endless and varied patterns, just as they have been doing for millions of years. And there's always been change, for that is the only constant here is change. And will continue to do so for millions more. These tides and waves maintain a relative predictability unless other unforeseen forces of nature intervene, which have been known to happen. Hurricanes and earthquakes for existence can have a dramatic effect on the characteristics of both the tides and the waves. And right now, this Earth is experiencing all this energy shifts, weather pattern shifts, heat, cold, melting, hurricanes, wildfires, volcano eruptions. Vast change is underway. The oceans cover 70% of the Earth, and the human body averages a composition of 70% of water. So, oh my God, the 7-7, you guys. Today's 7-7-7 energy, and look at that, the sevens. I'm flabbergasted, and I celebrate today the first time I'm drinking my beautiful water from my beautiful well in my underground spring. Functional, clean, beautiful spring water from the ground. And today I celebrate my water on this day of 7-7. The tides, the lunar eclipse, and this full moon. We celebrate the water and the water that is within us on this day of 7-7, as we each share 70% of each other. Amazing fact. The dynamic gravitational interaction of the sun and the moon that moves these massive bodies of water and creates the shifting tides also affects our human bodies in ways that we respond to instinctively. And I'm a wolf, Wendy Wolf. Ow, ow, ow! So I love the moon. I'm out in the moonlight every night I can be. I am out in the moonlight. Often having a great deal more influence over our moods and emotional states than we're aware of. An important aspect in the art of living is to move with the ebb and flow of your emotions, joining their fluidity but not captured by it. It is also necessary to become obsessed with any It is also not necessary to become obsessed with any particular fluctuation in mood or feeling. They are simply emotions, often activated in ways that are completely beyond your understanding. When you neither minimize nor exaggerate the intensity of the importance of your emotions, you then have a greater sense of when and how to express them. And actually, that was the message I wrote in my journal, was feel the neutral prior to the definition. Feel the neutral that you feel about something prior to having a definition about it. Because if you don't have a definition about something, you have no way to come to a conclusion. You have nothing to base it on. So if you can remove all of your definitions about everything, you allow yourself to simply feel and not define anything, and feel that neutrality and that openness and the flow of that neutrality. You have been fighting the ebb and the flow of your own feelings, denying your hurt, anger, or sorrow by either attaching yourself to one or the other and nurturing it, as if it were nursing a child, or else smoothing over your feelings with more practiced responses that deny and hide what is going on beneath the surface of your expression. I love it. The hummingbird just keeps going back and forth. I love it. When you attempt to constrict yourself from experiencing your emotions, it is much like trying to stem the tides that grow even more forceful with every attempt humans make to control them. Allow yourself to swim with these variations rather than resisting them. And it just, you know, these synchronicities, these sparks and stars of synchronicity. The next card I pulled was giving birth. I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. And this couldn't be once again more fitting for this, could it? With this Lionsgate energy, the portal opening to all that you are, you're giving birth to ourselves. We are giving birth to ourselves. This is my favorite yoga pose. And I just unpacked the earth. I just unpacked the earth. I just unpacked, unearthed, I was going to say, my dove, a little statue of a dove that I have. And it's just a little gift to me, and I put it out my front door to remind me of one of my selves is Paloma. And I was exploring her name one day, and Paloma means the the dove, the dove of peace. And so when she came to me one day and she said, hello, I am Paloma, and it was when I was speaking to a dove where I lived before, and I was just flabbergasted at the connections, at the the synchronicity. And so I look at this now and I see this beautiful, all of us giving birth and bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. That's what this fifth dimension is, rising to this, giving birth to this new earth. And this couldn't have been a more perfect. And look at it, that egg, that beautiful egg. Just look at inside that beautiful leaf. Just waiting to be hatched, being held by nature. I love that picture. It's so soothing. I am bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. It is time to launch a new project. This is it, guys. This full moon is about completion, and this is it. It's time to start a new project. The ideas that have been gestating within you are ready to manifest. With attentive care and feeding, miracles can abound. The universe wants you to know that perhaps there is a quality, project, or talent within you that wants to be born. Oh my God, the sacred son, you guys. Oh. Giving birth to your sacred son. Opening your sacred son. 777. Unlocking your sacred son. I cannot believe this. Oh, this unlocks my sacred son, just doing this with you. And you have been nurturing and caring for it, and this is the perfect card. Oh my God. You have been nurturing and caring for it, and this is the perfect moment to share it with the world. Release it and let it soar. And let it soar. The wings on the angels and the wings on the centaur flying with wings, and the wings of on the back of the eagle, and the wings of the eagle, and the wings on the back of the lion. Give birth to your hopes and dreams. Timing is everything, and the time is now. This is it, you guys. This is the time. It's here. This is it. This is what they've been talking about. Is there anything I've been putting off that I need to birth in my life? Is there something I've put forth that I regret or haven't acknowledged? Am I ready to birth a new way of expressing myself in the world? And today I heard the question, to ask ourselves the question, am I ready to heal? Am I ready to unlock the door? Am I ready to move on? Am I ready to move forward? Am I ready to unlock myself? And then this card, as I was shuffling, okay, synchronicity, this card, I'm shuffling the cards, and this card falls out. And before I flip it over, I said, is this really the card? And I flip it over, and they said, trust. Trust that this is the right card. Trust. And this is the Ascended Masters deck, the Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. And the last card was from the Gateway Oracle from Denise Lynn. Trust Vishnu. And I've had this Hindu energy lately, and this Ascended Master energy, so this is perfect. And Vishnu's just floating. Just look at the photo and take in the elements. Is it blur? There you go. Take in the elements that you're supposed to take in. Abundance, fire, sovereignty, knowing who you are, humility, grace, trusting in your own sacred light, floating, allowing it to take you to new heights. The fire, the water, the Aquarian fire, floating above the water, floating above the sea. The petals, the snakes, the serpents back here. These are serpents back here, bringing us to life, opening our chakra systems. The finger of God, the portal to abundance, everything you've ever desired, knowing that you are everything, a mirror of God. Floating above the ethers, floating above. This is floating above. This reminds me of the meditation I did earlier, floating actually above the earth, above the mountains, above into the stars, and that's above, into the sun, into the sky. Wow. Trust your own. I pull the page. You can trust the situation you're inquiring about, the solid foundation. And this is about what you've been asking about what to move forward on, what project, this is it. Trust that this is it. You're getting the messages you need. The solid foundation of your situation gives it in a trustworthy basis. Keep purifying your motivations. Keep purifying your motivations. And I've been asking to ask myself and my clients this week, why? Why? I want to know this. I want to know that. What's this? What's this connection? The question they've been asking this week is to ask us why. When we ask ourselves, why do we want to know that thing, we will dive deeper into the truth of who we are and why we want to know what we are. And we're going to find that information already lies within us in our sacred sun. Keep purifying your motivations so that they're completely about love and service to elevate the energy and experiences even further. And that's what I see. Elevation. Elevating. Literally elevating ourselves. Telepathy, telekinesis, higher education, higher learning, higher understanding, multidimensional, interdimensional, forgetting what we ever thought we believed and knowing we have no idea what we don't know, and to open ourselves to that knowing, but the knowing that the bridge is right here. It's right within us, in the breath and in the intention and in the trust within ourselves. The person you're inquiring about, additional meanings for this card. The person you're inquiring about is trustworthy. Trust that your prayers are being answered. Even if you don't yet have evidence, you're on the right path. Trust your gut feelings and intuitions. And you guys know how I feel about that instinct and intuition and my license plates. Vishnu is the Hindu god who works alongside the gods Brahma and Shiva to preserve the world. He brings about harmony, and we talked about harmony today, and balance. He brings about harmony when powers become unbalanced. And the dark and the light and the moon and the full moon illuminating the earth and the night, the balance of light and day and the reflection of the sun onto the moon, onto the earth, to show us dark and light and duality. We are done with duality. It's about 1 and 1 equals 3. It's about the merging. We're done with duality. He brings about harmony when powers become unbalanced and provides protection and mercy to all. A benevolent and loving deity. Vishnu can help you feel safe about your current future in life. What a beautiful, beautiful card. I'm going to pause for just a moment and take some water and breathe. And I'm reminded once again to infuse your water with your love, your intentions, your own healing, healing to others, healing to the planet, the earth. Every time we take a break like this, I hope that you are also getting up, stretching, moving, pausing, getting your own water. Infuse it with every fruit that you love. Make it exciting, make it tantalizing. Use herbs and spices, or use mints, any kind of greenery that you love the taste of. Boil pieces of the elements around you and infuse your love and healing and telepathy and infuse it with, it carries everything. You can put non-water soluble crystals. Be careful that they're not all water soluble. Or some of them are, water soluble. So be careful, like selenite, it'll melt. So once again, thank you, Earth, for the water. And as would have it, this day of lunar activity and water and me and this, and reminding you to eat water, foods and fruits and vegetables filled with high water content. Make your life colorful. Stick to the colorful fruits and fresh on the outside of the grocery stores. Trust me, it does not cost more. Not in the long run. Not for what you can make and produce out of the same amount. And with that, I cannot believe it, guys, but there we are, flowing river. That was the last card I pulled. And look at that fiery sun, just like the sunsets I see right here. The fire, the earth, the water, the air, the ether, us, this going with the flow, the lunar activity, the ebb, the flow, the rushing water over the rocks, but yet the place where it's still, and the fire energy, the solar sun, the sacred sun within us, just flowing within us, flowing over the rocks, the softness, yet the power behind it. How water is so transformative. Ice, water, steam. It's a symbol of our own transformation, about how our food is transformed from light and water and earth and a seed into something new, an alchemy of energy. And you are an alchemy of energy. You are the sun, the earth, the fire, the water, all the elements, but you are flowing. We are flowing. Flowing like the tides with the tides. We are mostly water. We eat mostly water. We drink water. Water is life. It is the symbol of life everywhere in the cosmos. It always has been the symbol that we look for life. And we're asked now to go with the flow of these changes, these epic changes in our life. Don't resist them anymore. Don't resist your own inner light, your own inner sun. Don't resist the things that bring you joy and excitement, for that's your path. Here's my beloved Joy Ranger looking for me. As I began this video, it was 3:33 on the clock, and as we approach the 33-minute mark here, I thank you all for being in this triangle with me, my own Merkaba, my own reflection, because you are a reflection of me, and we are flowing on this river together, and I thank you all for that. And flowing river, once again, I open to it. Everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. And I'm reminded of the River Nile and how the significance of this time of year to our Egyptians, and this alignment of energies with the 7/7 date today, 8/8 tomorrow, the Lion's Gate portal, the alignment of the pyramids of Giza, and the sun, and Sirius, and the earth. All of this is of utter significance in this age of Aquarius, of this new earth, this fifth dimensional energy. Now with this new understanding of old understanding, of going with who we are and what we are, and no longer resisting the beauty of all that we are and all that's within us. Everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. It's time to let go. You're entering a period of gracious ease and flow. All is unfolding perfectly and with good timing. When you're in a state of flow, you aren't pushing the river to go faster, and you aren't swimming against it. Let go of the shore and enjoy the ride. And I have to laugh at my friend Brian. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. And that is the way it is, guys. Life is the dream. And the dreams are our real life. This life is the dream. And you are the dreams of Source. We are all. Everything in creation is a dream of Source. Is in the imagination, image of imagination of Source. Rivers have personalities and carry energy, just as animals and plants do. From the Maoris of the Australian or Aborigines and to other native cultures throughout the world. It's believed that it's important to listen to the languages of the river. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're trying to control situations or that you're being self-critical or judgmental. And it's time we're done with that. We're done with the self-criticism. We're done with self-denial. We're done with lack of self-love, lack of self-esteem, lack of courage, lack of belief, lack of trust in ourselves. We're done with all of that. This is the new time. It's time to give birth. It's time to give birth to ourselves. It's time to give birth to the new earth. And the new earth, giving birth to the new earth is about giving birth to us, our new selves. That is the giving birth to the new earth. That is the number 7. That is the unlocking of the keys of the universe. The way to move into the flow is through gratitude and appreciation. And for all things, beginning with you. Beginning with your face in the morning, say, I love you. Begin every day by being appreciative about what you are, who you are, what you look like, why you came here, why you came looking and being and doing and walking the path that you came. Start being grateful for it and watch magic and miracles unfold in your life. Once you begin appreciation, you begin appreciating your own value. Appreciation, value. And by allowing others to support and help you. Sometimes that's the hardest thing for us to do, because until we believe and support ourselves and love ourselves and appreciate the value of ourselves, we can finally allow ourselves to allow others to help us, because no longer do we see it as a weakness, we see it as a co-creation. You're good at this, I'm good at this, together let's be great. 1 and 1 makes 3, the triangle. Heed the Native American saying, it's best to ride the horse in direction that it's going. This means that when the card flowing river chooses you, you're being told to let go and go with the flow. The flowing river, go with the flow. Row, row, row your boat, go with the flow. How long have we been hearing that? Let go and let God. Go with the flow. Live and let live. Allowance. Do unto others as you wish done unto you. Everything means the same thing. We all affect everything, and everything affects everything. Everything affects the all. Everything is changing. You are part of the all. You affect everything. You just being you and sending out love and sitting in your chair all day long, if that's the only thing that you can do all day long, that's it. It doesn't matter. You just breathing and being. You just breathing and being. But if you can send out love, if that's all you can do all day long is just send out love all day long everywhere you go, that's enough. But again, it starts here, right here. Look in the mirror every morning and say hello to those eyes and say, I love you. Thank you for being here and thank you for being me, because at the end of the day, you wouldn't trade you for anyone. If there's something or someone you need to forgive, this is the time. This is also the time to forgive yourself and just let go. As you shower and the water flows over your body, and I do this every single time I shower, every time I'm in the water, every time I'm near the water. I do this every time. Imagine that everything is flowing in your life. Spend time next to a river or stream and watch the flowing waters. Use it as a metaphor to let go and enter the flow. And I also use that time to allow the energy to flow off of me, the negative energies that have built up by beliefs that are no longer serving me. Every moment by moment by moment, we are releasing patterns, thoughts, beliefs about our abilities, our limitations, our world around us, how we create our reality. We are manifesting faster and faster and faster and faster now because time is an illusion. We're walking through the portal of understanding that time is a construct. We control time. You control time. I've gone into meditation for what felt like minutes, and it's been hours. I can see how these yogis do it for days. So we're being asked to understand that we have the power and the ability to create and manipulate time, to stop time, and to literally change our frequency simply by breathing, intending, envisioning the outcome, and then as the river flows, let it go as to how it's supposed to come, when, with whom, how it will be wrapped, by whom the message will be delivered is one of the most important things if you're trying to connect to your spirit guides, your ETs, your angels, your inner self, your higher self. The most important thing is to just let go and come back to the breath and listen and believe and trust that you're giving birth to your new self. You're giving birth to that image. You're giving birth to that project just by seeing it in its fruition, and then letting go of all the ways wow, that was an enormous bird. I couldn't tell. That just flew by. It was so big. I couldn't tell what it was. Just, what a beautiful interaction. Blessings, dear ones, and thank you once again for being with me in this multidimensional message to allow all of this information to flow through you like a river, like sand through an hourglass, like the water that flows through the rocks beneath, that is beautiful, clear water from the earth, filtered by millennia and millennia. These rocks that we pulled up have never, ever, ever been disturbed here. Ever. They're as old as the earth here. And this water passed right through them. Just like you. You are the sand and the water, and you are the time, and you are the hourglass itself. You are the creator, and you are the created. You are the dreams and images of Source. And everything you imagine, you are equally capable of manifesting. Look around you, because everything that's around you is you've manifested. And the manifestation is growing shorter and shorter, so therefore the echo, the time between the time you think and the time you manifest is growing quicker, faster. So, focused awareness. There's the hummingbird. These hummingbirds, literally, when I'm sitting out here, will almost land on me. They teach me and they're telling me, once again, to remind you, I have a video somewhere a couple years ago from the Hummingbird Collective about stopping time, that they teach us by watching them. Their wings look as if they're hovering, and that they're not moving at all, but yet they're moving so fast we can't even see them vibrate. And the sound they make is the vibration. They literally have been showing us how to stop time. The miracles in the breath, the miracles in the intention, and the miracles in your heart space, and the miracles in the trust that you have within yourself, that you are giving birth to a new you and a new earth. Thank you for unlocking the doors within yourself. I love you. Mahalo.